A lot of people out there that are not getting the Social Security benefits they're eligible for and they need. So, we're going to talk about that today. We're going to focus on family benefits. So I'll talk about the family benefits. We're talking about spouse benefits, divorced spouse benefits, independently entitled divorced spouse benefits, child benefits, parents benefits. Yeah, nobody knows about parents benefits, and we'll talk about that today. So I'll go through all of those family benefits, kind of give you an overview and give you a brand new resource that just came out yesterday. So hopefully you avail yourselves of it, you and your family, friends, share it. So I'll talk about the family benefits for about 10, 15 minutes or so, and then we'll get into all your questions. Looks like I already got questions about retirement and SSDI and all the rest of it. So let's stop stalling and get right into it. Okay, so this is the new resource here at my new website. It's mygovexpert.com, and it's 100% free. You don't have to subscribe to anything or pay anything. If you want to subscribe, if you want to donate, that'd be awesome. I'd appreciate it. You can just go into the front page here. And so I've got it broken down into retirement, disability, Medicare, family, and survivor. So today we're going to talk about the family part of it. And here's the subscribe. You can subscribe to the monthly newsletter. I'm only going to send out probably about once a month a newsletter and something, unless something super pressing happens. You can support us, provide feedback, tell us, what we're missing there if you want me to add anything. And our sponsors that help us out: Chapter Medicare, Trust and Wills, retirement planning. So you can use those if you want, and they support our ability to bring all this information to you for free. Okay, so the video I'm going to do today, I'm going to go ahead and stick right there after we talk about it here. Okay, so these are the family benefits, and I've got it broken down into little tabs there to try to make it as easy as much as possible. So, okay, let's go down the list. One of the things that the problem with government programs or pretty much anything nowadays is Google search is a great thing to search for things, but you have to know what you're searching for. And when you look for a question, an answer to a question, you've already know the question, and you say, "I need help with retirement benefits," and then you Google retirement benefits, and it tells you about retirement benefits or whatever the case may be. But the issue is a lot of people they just file for retirement benefits, and they should have filed for independently entitled divorce spouse benefits too, or maybe surviving spouse benefits or divorce spouse benefits or child benefits or disabled adult child benefits. So that's one of the issues that this website is hopefully going to address. And that way you can immediately kind of pop in from one section to the other and say, okay, should I file for retirement benefits, or maybe I should do something else? Okay, so let's go through this website, the family benefits one-on-one here. So family benefits, as I mentioned, 62 years old. For spouse benefits, ex-spouse, you also have to be 62 and married at least 10 years. For children under the age of 18, you can get child benefits. If you're a student, you can get a little bit longer. Disabled adult child benefits, child and care benefits. And then I've included a couple of important things on what's called the split strategy, where if you're married, you have the lower earning spouse go ahead and start Social Security benefits, and the higher earning spouse perhaps continues to work and increases their benefit amount, waits till the full retirement age or something. So this split strategy talks about that. And then there's this thing that changed in 2016 called deemed filing. In the old days, you could do this kind of suspend type of situation. You can't do that, unfortunately, anymore. Social Security has this new deemed filing. And so each little section here has frequently asked questions. All right. So for spouse benefits, so you have to be current. These are for currently married people. You currently have to be married. You have to be married at least 1 year, 62 years old, and you have to file for benefits on your own record. And I've also included a nice little calculator there that you can put in your date of birth, your primary insurance amount, which you can get from Social Security through your mysocialsecurity.gov website there. Go in there and set up an account and get your PIA, your primary insurance amount there. You get your spouse's benefit amount. If you're receiving benefits now, you put that in, and then you can calculate your benefits. And this is 100% free, so use it. And that way you can plan a little bit better. And when you want to start benefits, you and your spouse, you don't have to subscribe to anything. Use it. It's all yours. And then obviously, work affects your benefits just like anything else. If you're going to collect retirement benefits, you're going to collect spouse benefits, divorce spouse benefits, independently entitled divorce spouse benefits, any benefits early from Social Security, you're limited to the amount of money you can make. And this goes into all of that. And guess what? Yes, I do have a brand new calculator that calculates the annual earnings limits and also talks about the monthly earnings limit, which a lot of people don't understand. But guess what? I've got a calculator on that too. All right. So divorced spouse benefits, you had to be married at least 10 years to get divorce spouse benefits. And I just noticed, I don't think we've updated. There's a couple of things here. I'm going to add one on common law, a question on common law marriage, and there's an exception. I don't think I added the exception, so I can make sure I add the exception on this. And the exception for the 10-year marriage is if you're married to someone for 5 years and then you divorce that person and remarry the same person by the end of the next calendar year and married in another 5 years, Social Security can actually add those two times together. And so I did the research, and actually 5% of people actually remarry the person they divorce. So that's for those 5% out there in case. All right. And then there's one that so many people miss, way too many people. So I appreciate, sharing this website with people. It's called Independently Entitled Divorced Spouse Benefits. It's a mouthful. It basically says if you're at least 62 years old, you must be at least 62 years old, and you were married to someone for at least 10 years, you're currently unmarried, the benefit amount works out. Your benefit amount is less than half of their benefit amount. But here's the thing that makes the whole thing different about independent. Your ex-spouse just has to be at least 62 years old. At least 62 years old. They don't have to be receiving. Hey, if you need help with Medicare, Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements, Part D plans, make sure you reach out to my partners at Chapter of Medicare. I looked for a place that would help you all out, and Chapter of Medicare knocked it out of the park. They've got excellent customer service. They look at every single plan in your area, and their help is always 100% free. Give them a call, and they'll see if they can help you out, and tell them Dr. Ed said hi. Social Security benefits. They just need to be at least 62 years old. That's where the independent part of that comes in. And then you also need to be divorced for at least 2 years. So please share this. There's so many people out there that are just sitting around waiting for their ex-spouse to file for benefits, and they're losing money every single month. So if you know somebody around you like that, please ask questions. Hey, aren't you supposed to get a little bit more money from your ex? Oh, my ex-wife or husband hasn't filed for benefits yet, so I have to wait. You tell them, no. Go to Dr. Ed's website, mygovexpert.com, click on the Independently Entitled Divorced Spouse Benefits, see if you meet the eligibility there, and then call Social Security and get your money. So many people have. I'm also going to put the link to the policy reference, because a lot of Social Security employees miss this as well. Not the people in the back, the actual retirement specialists, but the people in the front windows. They miss this quite a bit. So I'm going to put the link to the actual Social Security policy in there. All right, child benefits. So if you have a child, if you under the age of 18 or still in high school or became disabled before the age of 22 years old, if a parent is receiving Social Security retirement benefits, or if a parent is also a survivor, this also counts for survivor benefits. Children can get benefits off of their parents' record, and up to 50% for retirement or disability, and up to 75% based on a deceased parent. And why does it say up to? Because there's what's called a family max. There's a maximum that can be paid out to on a particular record. And it's difficult to calculate. And guess what? we've got a calculator there with a little bit of examples of how it's broken out. So you can calculate your family max. And then it goes into this is a common question I get about grandchild benefits. Can grandchildren get benefits from their grandparents? Yes, under particular situations. So that goes into all of those, questions there. Family max can continue in high school, and it gives you all the details about continuing benefits in high school and the form that you need to fill out there. Um, all right, and here's another one: child in care benefits. So if you have one parent that's receiving retirement benefits or disability benefits or something, and the other parent is not working because they're home taking care of that child, and the child is under 16 years old, or if the child became disabled before the age of 22, that parent can also get benefits as well, regardless of how old that parent is. And they can get up to 50% or 75%, depending if it's a surviving spouse type of claim. And then it talks about what does caring for child means. What if you're divorced? How long will they last? So this goes into the child and care benefits as well. This is one that's missed quite often. Um, and then in terms of spouse benefits, if you never worked in Social Security, you think you are not eligible for Medicare. That's incorrect. If you have a spouse that you're eligible for benefits on a spouse, then you can get Medicare. Again, even if they haven't filed yet. And you can reach out to my partners at Chapter Medicare, and they can help you with Medicare Advantage, Medicare supplements. And so, if Medicare spouses, you're at least 65 years old or have end-stage renal disease, ALS, and then it gives all of the information and also information about the Children's Health Insurance Program. And frequently asked questions. So if you, these are all the other questions about non-citizens, legal residents in the United States, earnings limits for children, and all the rest of it. And if you have anything that you want added on there, that maybe the explanation is not as thorough or is not as clear as you'd like, just let me know. Click on the share your thoughts there and give me some feedback on the website. And I will, this is a work in progress. This is our website. We are putting this together. I'm doing it with your help, your feedback. All right. So enjoy the calculators information. Please subscribe and all that kind of good stuff.